Hello everyone, Cheek here with another Transformers review, and today I'll be reviewing the Mini 02 Armored Wizard, aka Warpath. Although this is an itty bitty little teeny tiny little Warpath, and I hope you like him as much as I do.
This is the tiniest little Warpath I have ever seen. So very tiny. Yeah, here is a penny for comparison. I mean, he is that small. I mean, I think Abraham Lincoln's face is bigger than his little head. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, he was a little bonus figure that I decided to order. He was relatively cheap, and I was like, you know what, he's really tiny, I'll just throw him onto this other order on Showzy's store. And he is pretty cool. I will admit, the only downside about him is as in his tank mode, the turret does not extend out at all, but given how tiny it is, I kind of have to forgive them on that, because imagine how easily that would just snap off if you weren't careful. Like that is a tiny little barrel. I mean, like, he's just so tiny. It's really cool and adorable, I guess. He is relatively well articulated for his size, and he has silver on his for his nose and the area around his eyes, bright blue eyes, and then of course the rest of his head is just red plastic. He does have silver paint on his shoulders, gray plastic, and then he also has quite a bit of die cast, like his treads right here. Most of this is die cast, not necessarily on his arms, but yeah, he's relatively hefty for his size, maybe about the weight of a die cast Hot Wheels car, maybe somewhere around there. But articulation, the head is on a ball joint, but it is kind of stiff. So as you can see, it kind of moves to more of the transformation part, because that doesn't stay in place very well. He can look up pretty far, but that's also transformation type thing. You can rotate his head a bit, but it is really stiff. And with how small that little ball joint is, I'm kind of scared to do that, because if it gets stressed too much and it shears off, he's pretty much permanently headless at that point. As yeah, I don't think there's any way that you could really get that to stay on effectively after that. I don't even know if there might be something stronger, like maybe like epoxy or like something like that might work, but I don't think super glue would cut it. The arms can go out that far. They can do a full 360. Has over 9-degree bend at the elbow, but that is partly for transformation. He does have wrist bend, but that is also for transformation. Bicep rotation, if I didn't already point that out. He does have a waist rotation. He can't quite do the full splits, but pretty close. Legs can go forward that far. Back that far. He doesn't have thigh rotation or knee rotation, but with the ball joint you can get it to twist just a little bit. And he doesn't really have ankle tiltage either, which is also understandable because he is really tiny. But you can move his feet just a little bit like that, but that's also more of a transformation hinge. One downside is that I noticed after transforming him a couple of times is that this shoulder really likes to pop out. It doesn't really stay in all that well. And then also another downside to his, at least for his transformation, is that the arms, for whatever reason, like I've transformed this guy a few times, but I always forget how to position them because it's kind of weird. They just, what's it called? Well, you just, you move it around, then you get it positioned in just such a way. And maybe I'll get it right this time without screwing it up. But for the most part, the rest of his transformation is pretty simple. And here we have this tiny little baby Warpath in his tank mode, and my oh my is he tiny and precious and all of that good stuff. He is so itty bitty. The turret can do a full 360, and the gun can only go up and down just a teeny little bit. But it is a stubby little barrel, like I mentioned, but also given how tiny he is, it's understandable. Also, another thing, there is no wheels, so you can't really, I mean, you could slide him around, but then that would mess up the paint on the treads, more than likely, but he definitely can be used for, I guess, you'd go well with like a Titan, say like Metroplex, Fortress Maximus, any of the big guys, Triptychon, and even original Metroplex or Triptychon, even the original ones, although he would be bigger than he would be in scale, I mean, with the newer ones. But yeah, he is itty bitty, and I am kind of glad I got him. Definitely a fun little guy, although getting his arms to tab together just right can be a little bit tricky, but once you get them all tabbed together, it's not too bad. He tends to stay together pretty well. But I did manage to get the arms transformed without too much difficulty this time, so maybe I finally got it down. But right here you can see a tiny little bit of either silver paint that accidentally got up here, or where the metal, I'm starting to think it's more the silver paint because of right here as well, but there is some, but it is metal, so eventually if the paint chips or anything like that, there will be visible metal. But I'm not too worried about that. Even if there is a little bit of metal, it's not the end of the world. Could always try touching it up, but as long as it doesn't rust or anything like that, I wouldn't care too much.
So that's about it for Armored Wizard, the itty bitty teeny tiny third party Warpath. And he's just a little treat, even if there is a little bit of wibbliness with his arms. But yeah, when there's one this small, it makes sense there might be some issues. But overall, I absolutely love this little guy. If you like this review and you'd like to see more, please click that like and subscribe button to see more. And until next time, have a good one, everyone.